Welcome to PACTV Community News. I'm Kim Mio, and this week we have with us Donna Rodriguez. This week we bring you to Pembroke's Family Fun Day.
Try and help people become more aware of what they can do. We could all do something to help these ponds.
And we'll take a look behind the scenes at Plymouth's Priscilla Beach Theater.
Priscilla Beach Theater now is in its 77th year and is going to go on 77 more years.
We'll recap Duxbury's Alden House's Speak for Thyself Awards.
We'd like to honor women, who speak for themselves, who step up in their community and just do, a tremendous amount of work on behalf of others.
And get an update on the Kingston Transfer Station construction.
We anticipate this lasting until Labor Day, and we look forward to the finished product.
PACTV Community News will share stories from our Relay for Life events in our communities.
Because cancer never sleeps, we relay overnight that our relayers don't sleep.
Arts and entertainment reporter Michelle McGrath will preview Duxbury's Family Fest.
When we play music in a beautiful place, we learn about ourselves. And that's what's going on here.
And Town Talk features Plymouth Town Manager Melissa Origi.
All of this and more is coming up on this week's edition of PACTV Community News. If you've been to the transfer station in Kingston lately, you've noticed some major changes taking place. PACTV Community News caught up with Kingston's Superintendent of Streets, Trees, and Parks to get an update on the transfer station renovation project and find out more about what residents can expect during the next phase of construction.
Hi, my name is Paul Basler. I'm here to discuss the changes that are coming to the transfer station starting on July 1st. In the past, the residents have put their trash in their cars first and the recyclables on the backside, so when they go through the transfer station, they hit the recycling area first, then through the main harbors. What we need the residents to do is, starting on Monday, to put their recycling in first and put their trash in last, because they will be going to the trash containers first. The biggest part of the transfer station reconfiguration is the installation of the new leaching fields for the wastewater treatment plant. Those fields are located approximately 7 or 8 feet below what we're standing on right now, and they have to be completed first. So in order for the contractor to expedite that process, we have to move the entire recycling area from where it's currently located to up to the top of the hill. Right, we're currently standing in the area located behind the C&D cans, the mattress can, and the scrap metal can. The contractor leveled this area out starting last Monday, and this is going to be the new location for the recyclable area. Toward my right is going to be the cardboard container, and then there will be the newspaper container, the co-mingle container, and the book box. We anticipate this lasting until Labor Day, and we look forward to the finished product.
Plymouth is home to the oldest barn theater still in operation in America. Priscilla Beach Theater, located in Manomet, claims fame to the early artistic development of several legendary actors: Paul Newman, Rob Reiner, and Peter Gallagher, just to name a few. In over 75 years of operation, the theater has evolved and grown and earned a place in the hearts of countless locals. This summer, they've launched a new outdoor theater stage, and PACTV Community News visited to learn more about this historic and cherished icon of the South Shore.
Priscilla Beach Theater was founded with adult theater in 1937. Paul Newman played here, Gene Seberg, Pat Carroll, Dan Blocker, Rob Reiner, Kitty Wynn, on and on. The list of our alumni is staggering as far as the people that went on to win awards, Emmys, Tonys, the Academy Awards. And it was all adult theater. We switched in 1981, I believe, 31 years ago, to year-round theater and founded the Studio Theater, and our spotlight then went to the children of the area. Priscilla Beach Theater now is in its 77th year, and it's going to go on 77 more years, and Plymouth can be very proud of that.
The season in 2013 is 5 great workshops, 2 weeks each. Each ends in 4 productions, a weekend apart.
For this year, in the short term, what we've done is we've leveled the parking lot, which has always been a very dangerous place just to walk, never mind drive. We've leveled out the parking lot, and we've put in some new grass, and we've put in some nice pavers and a beautiful new stage, and topped it all off with the tent, so that we can be able to perform, you know, despite what the weather is, whether it's rain or if it is really hot, we'll at least have cover. The other thing that we've done is that we've created a new concession area. What used to be the ice house for this old Taylor farm from 1875 is now been converted into a concession stand. We have a window that faces the open stage, and then we also have the double doors that open up facing the barn itself. So it's a concession stand that will serve all the 3 stages that we have here at Priscilla Beach Theater: the outdoor stage, the studio stage, and the barn once we refurbish it. You know, it's primarily it's a children's workshops. It's an educational facility for children. So a lot of what we're doing is to make sure that it's a safe environment for kids and families to come, and the audiences themselves. So yes, a lot of these improvements have focused a lot on that, just making a safe environment.
We are thrilled to have the new stage that you see behind me. The kids come for 4 hours a day. We start each session with a focus exercising where the children start breathing, they start focusing on the work that's ahead of them. They are transported from the day that they just left to the new experience at the theater, and we're ready to work in a very free, supportive, and safe environment. All the children collaborate, we all have input, and we put on a wonderful production.
So that's our big plans, and we're really excited about kind of what we're doing. We're happy that the tent's in place and that this summer season for the workshops are off to an awesome start. Now our big focus is on the barn. It's the most beautiful barn in the world to me and to many people that have spent time here at Priscilla Beach Theater. We are in the process of getting architects and builders to give us estimates on either refurbish or to collapse the whole thing and replace it. If we do go down that path, we are going to replace it in kind, a very similar barn type of feel, post and beam, with that charm that everybody has known, and it's such a magical place. We're going to make sure that we recreate that.
Duxbury's Alden House Historic Site is home to the Alden Kindred of America, Inc., which was founded in 1906 to preserve the legacy of the Pilgrims and honor John and Priscilla Alden, also known as America's first couple. The organization preserves the family home and fosters heritage among Alden descendants. Each year they host an awards event called Speak for Thyself to honor the women who have made outstanding differences in their communities. PACTV Community News attended to learn more about the event and meet this year's recipients.
This is the Speak for Thyself Award Dinner. It's to honor local women who, give back to their communities in many different ways. So, in the image of or the memory of Priscilla Alden, we'd like to honor women, who speak for themselves, who step up in their community and just do a tremendous amount of work on behalf of others.
It's a recognition of the Duxbury Rug Hookers, which is my group, and I didn't start them, but I'm now the spokesman for them. And they're all uniquely different, wonderful women. And so I'm very happy to have that recognition. But the other thing is that I think that it's wonderful that the Aldens are recognizing women with this award. So that's very special. So it's the art and the women.
And the rugs.
Well, that's part of the art. That's the rug hookers.
Probably the most well-known is Razia Jan, who for years was a tailor and a dry cleaning establishment in this town. She was an Afghani woman who, after 9/11 and after the Afghanistan war, felt compelled to go back to Afghanistan at her own peril and start a school for girls. It was not an easy task. I have some stories to tell tonight about that, but she's a strong woman. And she stays over there because she's got to keep an eye on things, and she also runs an organization for women and girls over there.
And I hope that we accomplish a lot, and I hope that we go forward, and I hope that things will work out for the girls. My goal is to make their life better for them, and for them to stand up and speak for themselves.
Oh.
Hard work and for creating this beautiful event and helping me to talk to in person to all these great supporters. I thank you very much.
There have been some Duxbury residents who have gone to visit with her and been able to help out and take photos and check out the school, and it's been great.
Pembroke's Watershed Association held their annual Family Fun Day last month. Exhibits included New England Aquarium's traveling tidal pool and a visiting pet farm. Fun for all ages overtook the town green, and PACTV Community News was there to join in.
Today is a Family Fun Day. This is mainly to get the younger people involved, to try to show them what the PWA is all about and what the water is all about.
In the case of both Oldham, which has its public beach, and Furnace, the ponds are becoming more shallow. They're algae laden, they're filled with weeds, and at times the ponds smell, making it not enjoyable to use. And of course, we want to use them in the summertime.
Basically what we're doing is helping youngsters get a chance to look at some of the pond weeds that we have here in Pembroke. So being able to look at them under the microscope and identify some of the different invasive weeds that we have in all of the different ponds. They can come from any different area. Mainly, a lot of them are introduced because of aquariums or from other sources. The problem is we're never really sure where these invasives do come from.
I saw a plant that wasn't supposed to be in the water.
When that weed comes up, it takes over the whole pond and it'll kill everything in the pond if you don't treat it.
You know, the main thing in terms of the pond is remember what a watershed consists of is all the land around a pond which drains down into a pond. Our waterways are the lowest level, so everything runs into a pond. Additionally, our storm drains run into a pond to the lowest level. Fish may die. We have had some fish kills, which then makes fish less available to all the other animals. Yes, we do have a couple of eagles around that show up from time to time, and you know, they're dependent on fish. And if we don't have fish, you know, then the eagle's certainly going to have to look elsewhere.
We believe someone threw a fish tank in there that had a hydrola in it, and you used to be able to go in stores and buy that stuff for fish tanks, and people would empty them out. What are they going to do? They're going to throw it right in the nearest pond they can get rid of it.
The natural ponds have a bogginess around them, and they have bushes and they have trees. All of those things act together to absorb pollutants, pesticides, fertilizers, and runoff. But when all those things are eliminated, which we do frequently with our houses, our yards, with driveways, with stores putting in driveways, then there's lots of avenue for all these things to run straight down into the pond. And we don't have that buffer that we had before.
No, but you can get a canoe and go to the island in the middle of Oldham Pond and sleep overnight out there.
There's public access to most of our ponds. We want people to use them, and they do, both winter and summer. So the key here is to try and identify the problems, try and help people become more aware of what they can do. We can all do something to help these ponds.
Will we do this again? Oh yeah, we'll do it again because one of our main objectives is to get the Pembroke Watershed's name out there.
The 12th Annual American Cancer Society Relay for Life took place last month in our communities. This life-changing event offers hope for cancer survivors and honors those who have lost their battles. Proceeds support the Society's mission to find cures and help individuals in their personal battles against cancer. Hundreds of people participate in the 24-hour relay event, and PACTV Community News visited our local chapters to bring you these stories.
This weekend, actually Friday and Saturday, is the 12th annual Plymouth Relay for Life for the American Cancer Society. We're raising money for cancer research and funding for programs that the American Cancer Society sponsors that goes right back to our own communities. We start walking at about 3 o'clock on Friday afternoon. We end our event at Saturday 8:30 a.m. We walk all night long. All during the afternoon and evening hours, there's different activities. Our opening ceremony, we had performers from the Plymouth North a cappella group. We also had a Zumba company here. We had Healthy Vibes of Plymouth do our boot camp. Earlier, we also had the Impact Dance Company. And all night long, we've been doing themed laps. Basically, those start at midnight. We'll be doing a Best Dressed Western lap. We'll be doing a pajama lap, a pots and pans lap. At 12 o'clock midnight, we start a volleyball tournament. And we basically walk until our feet drop. And our closing ceremony, again, will be at 8:30 on Saturday morning. We actually have a food vendor here from Weymouth. It's called the Cafe Away vending truck, that they're providing barbecue food for us. They're donating 10% of their profits to the American Cancer Society. There's raffles that are going on. Teams raffle off different raffle baskets, prizes, scratch tickets, and all that money again goes back to the American Cancer Society. People can donate by going on our website, which is www.relayforlife.org, and you can even help out in your own community by even at Jordan Hospital. There's many programs that are funded by the American Cancer Society and again go right back to our own community. I'm looking forward to getting a good night rest, hopefully. This is my first year as the event chair. It's been very overwhelming, but it's inspiring. And as I was doing the luminary walk, the silent lap walk, I said to my brother, all of the stress and the overwhelming feeling that I've had has been worth it. And I look forward to being the chair event again next year.
Cancer never sleeps, and we feel that that because cancer never sleeps, that we relay overnight, that our relayers don't sleep, and it goes almost like the cycle of a cancer patient from the time they're diagnosed through the treatment right into hopefully the time that they go into recovery. So it goes from 3 in the afternoon when we start walking through 9 in the evening when we have our luminary ceremony, when they're really in a tough time and they're going through their chemotherapy, to 2 in the morning when it's really, really tough and they're going through their hardest time, and then 5 in the morning when the sun rises and they start to see light at the end of the tunnel.
Recently, a devastating fire took place in Plymouth at the Groves at Summerhill condo complex. Thankfully, no one was injured, but tragically 14 units were destroyed, leaving 36 people homeless with all of their belongings lost. Among those who lost everything were 3 music teachers from the Plymouth Public Schools. Staff from the school's Visual and Performing Arts program have organized a gift card drive to help support their needs. Gift cards for department stores, supermarkets, and General American Express cards are helpful. Donations can be dropped off at PCIS, 117 Long Pond Road, from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. on weekdays. Also, the South Shore Community Action Council is administering the Groves at Summerhill Fire Fund to help the 12 families displaced by the fire. Food donations can be delivered to the Greater Plymouth Food Warehouse at 14 Apollo 11 Drive, Mondays and Wednesdays from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Monetary donations can be made out to the Groves at Summerhill Fire Fund and mailed or delivered to Rockland Trust Bank, 1 Pilgrim Hill Road, Plymouth.
Today we're visiting South Shore Conservatory, where we've had an opportunity to enjoy the company of a few members of the Duxbury Music Festival. Let's listen in to what they have to say.
My role basically is to collaborate with faculty in concerts, as well as accompanying students who come all over the place.
What does that show you by the end of the festival about the students' ability to absorb their education?
They did great. They learned a lot within 2 weeks. And collaboration, first of all, and then they get intense training from the teachers. They're supposed to have 3 lessons. I believe they probably have more than 3. We're entitled to just only give 3 hours of rehearsal times, but we often go past that if someone needs it.
That's great. Do you have a favorite composition that you've gotten to perform with the festival over your time here?
Yes. It's called Cafe Music by Paul Schoenfield. It's actually probably the most difficult so far for me to learn and perform.
What is the difference stylistically that made it so interesting to you?
It's very rhythmic, it's very fast, it's beautiful.
My name's Amanda Smith-Roberts, and I will be performing the Lowell Lieberman Chamber Concerto No. 1 for solo piano and violin with string quartet. I'm very excited to teach at South Shore Conservatory. It's a wonderful opportunity, and everyone we've met here has been so great to us and very encouraging, and they all just seem to absolutely love it. So I'm thrilled to be part of that community. I did my dissertation on Mark O'Connor and his 6 caprices for violin, solo violin, and part of my dissertation ties in his new American string method. The caprices I wrote about are the finale of the method, but I tied in how the foundational techniques from the beginning part of the method will prepare students to play the finale part, which is very difficult.
I'm Sherman Hoyt. I'm a trustee of the conservatory and a long-time supporter of the music festival. It's an extraordinary experience for all of us. I think it's important for our viewers to understand that this is a voluntary organization. Its heart is its volunteers. As was said at the first opening of Tanglewood, when we play music in a beautiful place, we learn about ourselves. And that's what's going on here. It's world-class music right here in front of us. And to fail to take advantage of it is just not sensible at all. I couldn't find finer music or up closer and personal. It's just not to be missed. It's just not to be missed.
For more information about Duxbury Music Festival, visit duxburymusicfestival.org. This has been Michelle McGrath for PCN's Arts and Entertainment News.
Hi, I'm Melissa Origi, the Plymouth Town Manager, and I'd like to just take a moment today to talk to you about the budget process. One of the directives from the Board of Selectmen, the executive branch of your community, has been to make the actual building of the budget a much more open process. In order to do that, we've taken a hard look at the government, the town side of the budgeting process, and certainly the school department is doing the same thing with their portion of the budget. We've said to them, what are the core services that you provide to this community that are essential? Certainly many of you know that in public works, that could be snow and ice removal, fixing potholes on your streets. You know, in the police department, what the core service would entail, which is protection and monitoring of the roads. But some of the things that many of us don't think about that makes Plymouth unique and a wonderful place to live is some of those ancillary services, sort of a quality of life approach. One of the best examples I can think of is the Citizens Police Academy. I'm always surprised to see the number of residents that have actually gone through that program and thoroughly enjoyed it and been able to get a real behind-the-scenes look at what the patrolmen, the detectives, and the superior officers deal with on a regular basis. And something else that you might not even think about, but that is an ancillary service, is the beautiful hanging flower baskets that we have throughout the downtown and the waterfront area. They're attractive, they help promote tourism. I think that they're fitting for this community. Now certainly those are things that if we need to cut back, we can take a look at. But we'd love to hear from people in the public who have benefited or noticed or maybe don't like some of these ancillary services as we look to build this budget. So that's the exercise the department heads are going through now, and one I think is very important. Some of the other things that we want to take a look at in terms of this budget is the whole pie. Everything that the incoming funds, whether it be your property taxes, local receipts, your excise bill, are paying for. And that is some of the fixed costs. Now, I'll go into depth about some of those fixed costs at a future selectmen's meeting, but I think when people look at those, there are issues such as a contract we may have with our software company, a multi-year contract that we know what that amount is going to be and we know for how long, we know what it's going to be up. So the cost is really fixed in terms of not really have a lot of flexibility or any flexibility in the budget. So when we really look to change things, we have to look at other areas. Another one to think about is debt service. Certainly many of you were involved with that 199 exclusion override that we did to build the new school, the senior center, and possibly do something at Plymouth South. But I'd like you to take a look, if you can, at the next couple of selectmen's meeting, and please, I encourage you, if you want to weigh in on the budget process at all, or want to just give us some suggestions or comments about the budget, we'd really appreciate it.
Thanks for watching PACTV Community News. Replay times are listed at pactv.org. Click on the PCN logo to watch each complete edition or individual stories.
Watch us on YouTube by searching for PACTV's Community News channel. And don't forget to like us on Facebook to receive previews each week with links to all of our stories.
We want to thank Donna for co-hosting with us today, and thanks for watching. Join us next week on PACTV Community News.